Yeah, there's and
we got to go there just so you can hear Creole.
I do want to go, but I don't know if I want to go specifically to New Orleans. Is that weird?
No, you got to see other things. We can go. We do a tour. See the
Like
Gulf.
I'm kind of every time I go to the actual city of a place, I'm always kind of bummed out.
Every town has got its bummers for sure. Mm-hmm. Even Paris. When I went to Paris, I was kind of bummed out.
Yeah, I know. I remember that.
I was like, "There's shit everywhere. Like, and it's human shit. It's fucking disgusting.
It's dirty. They're dirty. They're rats."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's nicer spots and all that jazz, but it's just a big city, a very old city, a beautiful city.
Yeah.
Very cool to see, but grass isn't always greener. There's always shit in grass too.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Yeah.
Damn, way to look at life, Marty. Yeah.
The glass is half empty.
Oh my God! All right. Well,
I could go on and on about. I've seen racism firsthand. I've experienced it firsthand. People been shitty to me in the past because of my race. I know it sounds shocking because I look white, and that someone brought that to my attention. That when I'm kind of pale like I am now.
That's like one of the things that I was reading is that we're not supposed to put our own experiences.
Well, I have to. But no, this is my point though. This is my point. My point is.
Which, I mean, I've had zero experiences. I look white as fuck. No one has ever made fun of me. Besides for being blonde.
Redneck kids in Arizona throw rocks at me because I look like a faggot with long hair who was Mexican, and they were cowboy white kids. I mean, they literally...
You did look like a leprechaun.
I looked like a
if I would have
fat
seen you,
Mexican leprechaun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't help that I was like, I'm the leprechaun! I was running around.
So creepy.
Literally.
You're such a weirdo.
Yeah, I was a weirdo. Maybe that had something to do with it. Anyways, my experiences with racism firsthand were shitty. Now, that's not an everyday occurrence to me. That's not on my mind all the time.
Yeah.
But for some people, that is on their mind often.
Yeah.
And, I've talked about it being treated differently just for having long hair. That's a fucking subtle, sissy thing.
Yeah, people get real weird about you having long hair.
And it's like, it's just hair, man. But if I have a crew cut, I have people like, thank you for your service. And I'm like, you're welcome.
Shut up.
I don't. But this one old dude.
No, I remember, what's her name? Thought you were Debbie from Arthur's. She thought you were a cop for the longest time.
Yeah, because I always had that clean shaved head thing.
And I remember one time she was like, stay safe out there. And then you kind of looked at her funny. And
I was like, yeah, I stay safe, whatever.
And I was like, with construction? And she was like, no, aren't you a cop? And I was like, no.
No. And that happened when we got burritos from Rosie's in Calamasa.
Oh, yeah.
Some old dude was like, hey, thank you for your service. And I was like, oh, I just, he's like, no, shh. Thank you. And I was like, I was just so embarrassed.
And it's not like Marty wears like
It's when I was working out, so.
Yeah, but it's like, you're not wearing anything that says you were in the service. Like, it's not like you have dog tags on, your head's shaved a certain way.
I'm pretty sure I was wearing a tight pink shirt, V-neck, with blue shorts.
You probably were. And you did actually have your head shaved on the sides, remember?
Yeah.
And it was like really shortly cut everywhere. And then the top was still like perfect all the time.
Yeah, it was.
You used gel in your hair back then.
Fuck yeah, it felt so good too. Take a shower is like all quick. No, it's like, I gotta put conditioner in my hair. But just that alone, that's something so subtle. Fucking long hair. And you get profiled differently. I'm not comparing it. I'm not saying it's as bad as fucking the crazy racist shit that's going on, obviously. I'm just saying that's the mentality that fucking can lead. Like, if that exists, if people are like, well, he's got long hair, that's weird. Of course there's people who are like, well, black people suck.
Well, and that's the whole thing, too, is that, like, there's just so much of a divide right now. And I know the divide has been worse and things have, or worse, and things have come in great strides. But there's just such a disconnect from people realizing that they've also done wrong and see someone else doing wrong, and they're so quick to just judge that person like they've never done something like that, or they've never condoned someone doing something like that. Like, people fucking protested when Obama became president. Yeah. People flip cars. There's been fucking white supremacy groups.
A great point. You're like, when an NFL team wins, that town gets totally looted.
Come on. Like, if we're going to loot shit and fucking, I mean, clearly looting is not right. It's so fucked up and it's so ass backwards. But those people are uneducated in the sense of how to do what they can do. They just see an opportunity. They're poor. They're hard times. And they fucking take the opportunity to take something.
Yeah.
And
then you get the mob mentality.
Exactly.
Like, I can't judge. If I was in a mob, like if I went there and I was with a giant group of people and all of a sudden we start getting tear gassed and they're like, fuck this. And I'd be like, yeah, fuck you. Burn it down. I'd be on top of a building throwing grenades and shit. That's why I don't go down there. I know it. I can become.
No, you get really ragey to the point where you would for sure be arrested. You would charge a cop is what would happen.
Well, I don't do well when people like threaten me or hurt me.
Exactly. So if you saw someone else getting hurt, you see red and you would just fucking book it.
Oh my God, I get shot so fast.
And and me, I just get super rageful. I love fucking chanting with people. I love that fucking pack mentality. I love the like, let's fucking get 'em mentality, but in a peaceful way.
There was a fucking video.
So I think I might be okay, but I also could go the other way and get real cray.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
There's no way. I saw a video of
like
this.
Whether I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I wouldn't be looting, but I would be one of the crazy bitches that like fucking, you know, just tries to like, if someone's getting attacked wrongfully, I will put myself in the middle of it.
There's this video of this dude.
Or just go into
and it's terrible, but it's this guy fucking, he handled it amazingly well. This fucking cop who's fat, he's a piece of shit, he tried to arrest this guy who is giant, this giant black guy, and the guy's face down, he's got his hands on his back of his head, and the dude's punching him, like really, like trying to punch him, like, throwing terrible fists and not landing him and stuff because he's fat. But like, all it would take is me getting hit once and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna get shot, I gotta take this cop down. You're not gonna hit me and I'm not gonna not do anything about it. It's just I cannot not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you definitely have a fiery little like,
well, because the problem is we think of,
you have a little fiery bone in you.
We think of cops, and they're held to a higher regard. But they're also people.
Yeah.
They have flaws just like everyone else.
Yep.
And that works both ways for me. So you're not perfect, and I'm going to trust that I'm going to allow you to hit me? Fuck that, man. But that also means I'm going to prison.
I just like, I don't know. There's got to be, I mean, clearly shit is going to change. There's too many eyes. People are seeing way too much of both sides right now.
Yeah.
They're seeing how the media just focuses on negativity, and they're seeing how with social media you can see all the positivity. And then there's just that weird middle ground where you can hear everyone's fucking opinions on every side, on all sides. And it's very interesting because you're starting to see this congregation of people that are rising up, and Black Lives Matter is one movement that needs to be number one priority out of everything. And I think once we start to do that, you unite a whole nother group of people within that group. They have views that are similar to other groups, like not on the racial side, but as far as like having climate change in place, having fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
There's all of those liberal
getting people active in the community.
Exactly.
And
they're all going to end up, it's going to make a stronger community in the long run. So why not do it? You're making a stronger backbone to someone who could literally stand up to the government and say, fuck you, fix this. And it's the steps that you take to get there.
it was crazy watching. We watched back
the fact that Trump said that he wants to order some dogs and get the fucking military involved. Fuck off. It'll be a cold day in hell before our own military is used against the Americans. That's fucking psychotic. Not even military people agree with that view.
You want to make things worse? Because that's the thing is everyone who's born in America gets the American mentality of freedom. And we all have a little bit of Texas in us.
Oh, yeah.
Every single American, we've got Texas in us. And you push us, we will fucking start a militia.
100%.
We will take this shit over.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel
if we all got together, there's way more of us than there are of them.
You know what crazy theory I thought about today?
It's happened once before.
Deep rabbit hole that I'm going down right now.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going to come out on the other side of this.
Yeah.
However, I'm starting to work out. I'm drinking at the same time. I get drunk way faster. I'm eating less. It's great.
It's awesome.
So
salads,
no carbs. So, no, I went down this dark rabbit hole of what if Trump became president just to do exactly what he's doing to show how the government is so fucked up so that the American people end up overthrowing the government at some point because he has some crazy disease and he's going to die at the end of all of this.
I've thought of that.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
how crazy. I mean, it's very
he does some shit
movie-like.
like you're like, what?
But I'm like, sometimes he says stuff and I'm like, are you, you're trying to get us to burn down the White House. You're trying
or like the
to
way
get people to break the standards and the fucking mold and just break out of it. Like you want people to fucking come after you.
And the people like he's
it's a death wish.
The things, certain programs he's gotten rid of, people he's fired. You go, wait,
what the fuck?
Presidents can do that? And he's like, and everyone's like, wait, isn't that illegal? And then they look it up. They're like, no, totally legal. That's fine.
So all presidents could have been doing this shit. You all could have moved way more mountains than you did. And that makes you look like a dumbass.
I know.
I'm pissed that this fucking reality star has figured out how to fuck with everyone.
Cheeto Jesus over here. It's like,
he's
it's
really,
gonna be great.
Like, he's so stupid it almost makes him look genius. That's why I'm
that's the thing.
Don't understand him. I can't fucking read it.
Because he's hilarious.
I have so much rage.
But he's infantile, childish. I mean, just... The guy tweets constantly and eats KFC. I mean, you can't...
He bought McDonald's for the whole White House. He's a weirdo. He's a weird fucking piece of shit.
I like that. Yeah. Michelle Obama's like, we're going to have a garden and we're going to eat from the garden. And they've always had some sort of deal where they've done something kind of like that, but they really expanded it.
Yeah.
When it was the Obamas.
The Obamas.
And they're like, we're going to eat from this garden. And we'll do it and we'll show people how to do it. And they brought have kids do it. And then he comes in and he's like, nope, Cheetos, fucking Taco Bell. It's so fucking crazy.
It's crazy and it's so
Idiocracy.
crazy and everything is just so wildly in our face right now.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. All of it's crazy. That's
great.
This is something. So here's the deal. Ever since I was little, because you learn about history, and I always thought about the people that were living through history, like some typical person just in their house listening to the radio, like me. I have a normal 9-to-5 job. I go to work every day. I don't really do anything out of the ordinary. I have about 300 followers. None of them are my friends. And all of that is just my typical day in the life. And then so imagine someone sitting there as like the Holocaust is unfolding and they're just like in their living room, sitting in a chair, listening to the radio, knitting, fucking embroidery, whatever they do.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there and listening to all of it, but they're not a major piece in history. Their name is never mentioned. They're just a person in time. at that moment.
Yeah.
I always wonder about those people. I'm like, who was like very